We are now getting confirmation right now that the Orlando Police Department, they have captured Markeith Loyd, the man who they have been looking for at least for this past week. We want to share the tweet with you right now, and I think it just really summarizes everything. Captured in bright red letters across that poster, showing the face of Markeith Loyd, possibly the most wanted man in Central Florida. OPD now saying they have him in custody, and that is how that OPD tweet begins. We've got him.
Markeith Loyd has been captured. That announcement coming from Orlando Police within the past 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at a tweet that Orlando Police Chief John Mina just sent out. Captured and wearing Lieutenant DEBRA Clayton's handcuffs. We want to be clear on that. When he was taken into custody, they actually put Lieutenant Clayton's handcuffs on him.
Those would have been the handcuffs. If she had been able to apprehend him that morning, those would have been the handcuffs he was taken away in. But instead, unfortunately, he ended up shooting and killing her. But tonight, he is in custody. 41-year-old Markeith Loyd, one of the most wanted men in Central Florida, even on the FBI and the U.S. Marshals most wanted list.
And Mike, can you just give us the name of that as well? You said it was at a home in Metro West.
Yes, my sources tell me it was in the Metro West area near Kirkman and Old Winter Garden Road. The name of the street is LESCOT Lane. That's LESCOT Lane. My sources confirmed that was the location. It happened tonight, and these are impeccable sources, so we're right on the money with this. News 6 breaking the story right now.
And, have they been able to tell you in the manner in which he was taken into custody? Do you know if they went in and broke down some doors of that home? What happened?
I'm still developing that. I know they located that area. I don't know if there were other people in the house. I don't know if there was a conflict. Obviously, you saw the physical look of his face, him claiming they beat him up, so he may have been putting up a fight. We just don't know yet, and OPD will fill us in at 8:30. Let me assure you, we're working more intelligence right now. Those are great questions. Those are the sorts of things we've been asking, and as soon as I can confirm them for you, I'll call back and have more details. Of course, Chief Mina will lay out much more for us at 8:30, but if I can get the intel now, I'll get it back to you as soon as I can.
Yeah, Mike, I know you have been in this area for quite some time now, and you have covered multiple stories. In your time here, have you ever seen anything like this?
No. This one singular action ripped this community apart, and the way the community worked together and the way we responded has been tremendous. And hats off to OPD and law enforcement. They were methodical, they didn't waste time, and they got the job done.
We're still trying to figure out, too, exactly what he is wearing as they brought him in. We had heard from police and deputies throughout the week that they were concerned that he might be wearing some type of body armor. And I don't know if we can slow down that video at all. It appears like he has some type of sweatshirt on.
I'm not
just
sure,
hard to tell.
We have now reestablished contact with Mike Hofeld, who has some new information for us. Mike, what can you tell us?
Ginger, you were asking some key questions. What went down? News 6 can now confirm that law enforcement surrounded the house on Lescott Lane, which is near Kirkman, and we've got that map to give you a sense of logistics. My sources tell me he was ordered out. Loyd was ordered out. He crawled out. He resisted. There was a struggle to put the cuffs on him. He was wearing body armor and had two weapons. He had two firearms on him. And sources are telling me they're trying to figure out if more charges are coming. That's what I just got off the phone. My source confirming that more charges could be coming. Loyd was armed, had body armor, crawled out, resisted, and that may explain the trauma we see on his face.
Nadine Yanis is live for us outside of OPD. We're expecting a press conference to begin any minute now. Nadine, what are you hearing there?
Well, Matt, we were actually just here with a big group of reporters. You can see a couple people are going in right now. Complete vindication here at Orlando Police Department. It was an hour ago that we got that tweet that we've been waiting for 9 days now. We've got him. And here I am standing at the Orlando Police Department. I've been covering this manhunt every day since, and I can't help but smile when I see this face, Lieutenant DEBRA Clayton, because tonight, like I said, there's vindication for her. Orlando police saying that they captured and arrested Markeith Loyd with her handcuffs tonight. So again, a lot of the reporters and the news, they just let us in for this news conference that's expected to start at 8:30. Orlando police has been very prompt about these things, so I want to go inside and go ahead and get set up. But definitely a good feeling of urgency, but yet a good feeling of happiness at OPD.
Yeah, Nadine, we couldn't help but notice as they were bringing him in, Chief Mina was kind of straggling behind, and he had a huge smile on his face. There has to be a lot of relief around there right now tonight.
I mean, can you imagine? It's been 9 days of just nonstop, round-the-clock working. They brought in 1,400 tips in the last 9 days. They've had SWAT on standby 24/7, searching homes, and they were very scared that he was armed and dangerous. Last week, Chief Mina said that he believed that Markeith Loyd was wearing a bulletproof vest, that he could have been wearing the same body armor when and if he was captured. And it was funny, all week, Chief Mina was saying, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And tonight is that night, and I'm sure that's where his smile came from.
Right now, that press conference is expected to give us a lot of light. Right now, all we have are our sources telling us, Mike Holfeld's sources telling us how this all went down.
That's right, and we want to check in now with Vanessa Ariza. We believe she is live in the area near Metro West on Lescot Lane, where we understand he was taken into custody before 7 o'clock this evening. Obviously, a lot of police activity behind you, Vanessa. Where exactly are you and what is going on?
Lisa, we just got here maybe about 10-15 minutes ago, so we're trying to get as much information as possible. Right now, this main stretch right here, this is Raleigh Street. This corner right here, that is LESCOT Lane. That is, I'm not sure how far you can see just because it's dark out here, but there is caution tape that is lining the house that is on the corner here, and it goes down just a bit farther. And then you have, as you can see, and as you said, Lisa, heavy police presence. You have Orlando police out here. You have Orange County Sheriff's deputies who are out here. Now, traffic is flowing just pretty steadily throughout this area, but the LESCOT Lane has been blocked off, so I haven't seen anybody going down that area right now. There are a lot of people who are out here trying to kind of just get, I'm sure, as much information as possible and kind of checking out what is going on. About maybe 5 minutes ago, if that, I had a chance to talk with a woman. She actually lives just a few blocks down. She said for the past week and a half, she has been scared to come out of her house. She said, you know what, I would go home, I would go straight into my house because I was fearful of this man who was out there, didn't know where he was. So she, as I'm sure with so many other people, were excited to hear the news that Loyd has been taken into custody. She says, I'm not afraid to go into my house anymore, which you think it should be so simple and you shouldn't have to worry about going into your house, you know? So like I said, we just got here about 10-15 minutes ago, going to try to see if we can talk with anybody else, see if anybody lives here down LESCOT Lane, see if we can talk with them. And I'm sure we're going to keep going back and forth with you guys in the studio.
Absolutely. Vanessa, we know you just arrived on scene. We're going to let you go so you can gather some more information. We want to bring back in Mike Holfeld now, who is standing by joining us on the phone. And Mike, you were the first to report that he was arrested on Lescot Lane in a house there. Just to give our viewers a better idea of where exactly this is. This is in the Carver Shores area of Orange County, not far from Carver Middle School, and really just about 5 miles from the Walmart where Lieutenant DEBRA Clayton was gunned down. You've also been the first to report to us that he was found with 2 guns and wearing body armor. What else have your sources been telling you?
That's all the intel I have right now. But of course, remember how we said this was a flowing situation. Seeing Vanessa's vantage point clearly, we've got it right. So we like to stress on developing stories. Some facts may change, but we got it right.
Markeith Loyd has been arrested and is in custody, and we are extremely grateful for that. So we did want to give you some details about the investigation and the arrest. So at approximately 7 p.m. tonight, members from the Orlando Police Department, the Orange County Sheriff's Office, Metropolitan Bureau of Investigation, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and the U.S. Marshal's Office located Markeith Loyd at 1156 Lescot Lane in Carver Shores. The house was surrounded. A SWAT call-out was initiated. Before a SWAT team arrived, Markeith did try to escape out the back sliding glass doors. He was confronted by Orlando police officers. He ran back inside the house and then subsequently came out the front door.
Live, getting results. This is News 6 at 11.
Why'd you do it? They beat me up. Where have you been hiding? What did you say?
They got him. Markeith Loyd, the man wanted for killing an Orlando police officer and his own pregnant ex-girlfriend, is captured.
I was extremely happy that this dangerous person was off the streets.
They will sleep better knowing tonight that I'm going to describe this individual as this maniac, if you will, is off the streets of our community.
And you're looking live right now at where it all went down, a neighborhood, an abandoned home, the manhunt over, and the investigation just beginning. Good evening, I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Lisa Bell. For 9 days, this community has waited and asked, when will Markeith Loyd be caught? Tonight, it finally happened. The news breaking around 7 tonight, Orlando police making the announcement with this tweet, the word captured across his mugshot, with the tweet reading, "We've got him."
At this hour, Loyd is inside these walls. Sky 6 live over Orlando Regional Medical Center right now, where Loyd is being treated for injuries from the arrest.
We have team coverage tonight. Troy Campbell is at ORMC. Vanessa Ariza is in the neighborhood where Loyd was caught. But we begin with Nadine Yanis, live at Orlando Police Headquarters with the latest on the arrest. Nadine.
Well, Lisa, like you said, it's been a long 9 days. Chief Mina says many of his officers 24/7 working around the clock, not eating, not sleeping, not even leaving their patrol cars looking for Loyd. He says some of them even skipped out on Lieutenant DEBRA Clayton's funeral this weekend. He says those same officers wept as they put her handcuffs on Loyd tonight. It was around 7:30 tonight when an almost unrecognizable Markeith Loyd was brought into the Orlando Police Department.
They beat me up.
Yelling, "They beat me," through his swollen, bloody lips. An hour later, Chief Mina makes the announcement he's been waiting to say for 9 days.
As you know, Markeith Loyd has been arrested.
Police say Loyd was found in an abandoned house in the Carver Shores neighborhood. He tried to escape out the back through a sliding glass door, but was confronted by officers and scoured back in. Coming out the front door wearing body armor, throwing down 2 guns, one with a 100-round magazine on the ground.
He was taken into custody. He did resist arrest. He does have some facial injuries, and Lieutenant DEBRA Clayton's handcuffs were placed on him.
Chief Mina says the first phone call he made was to Lieutenant Clayton's husband, Seth.
I told him about the arrest, and he was relieved and happy, but also upset to know that he was arrested right around the corner from Deborah's mother's house.
Sheriff Jerry Deming says the capture was bittersweet, just as he buried his deputy Norman Lewis yesterday.
This community certainly has been emotionally impacted by the set of events during the last week, and so I believe that our entire community is going to breathe a sigh of relief at this point, because they will sleep better knowing tonight that I'm going to describe this individual as this maniac, if you will, is off the streets of our community.
Though bittersweet, this was the moment they were waiting for. Markeith Loyd coming out around 9:30 this time with bandages around his face. Mumbling again, "They beat me," as he shuffled to the police car headed to jail. Did you want to say anything to Lieutenant Clayton's family? So Sheriff Jerry Deming says tonight they're already writing up the charges to charge Loyd with first-degree murder in connection with his ex-girlfriend's murder back on December 13th. And you can imagine more charges will be coming in connection with the death of Deputy Norman Lewis and Lieutenant DEBRA Clayton as well. But at least for tonight, their families have some closure. Guys.
Yeah, a lot of charges on the way, Nadine. Thank you. And here is where Loyd spent his final moments hiding, an abandoned house. Now the focus of the investigation. You can see investigators and officers at the front door there, the same door police say Loyd tried to use to escape. The house is on Lescot Lane. That's just off Raleigh Street near Carver Middle School. That's where we find News 6's Vanessa Ariza live tonight. Vanessa, Chief Mina says good old-fashioned police work led his officers there.
That's right, Matt. Now, as far as the details that led officers and the SWAT team to this house behind me, Chief Mina says they are not discussing that at this moment in time. You can see investigators are still here at the house. They have been inside. They have been outside. Within the past couple of minutes, the crime scene truck just left the scene, but they have been taking what look to be like very large brown paper bags outside of the house, presumably evidence that may possibly help in this case. Now, also here at the scene within the past hour and a half or so was Lieutenant Clayton's nephew. He tells me that this arrest is what the family has been waiting for.
My aunt just got her justice. You know, that this guy that everybody's been looking for is finally off the streets.
Lieutenant Deborah Clayton's nephew, Jarvis Grant, was at a basketball game when he got the news of Markeith Loyd's capture.
The part that got me the most is when they told me that they arrested him and put her cuffs on and brought him out the house.
Loyd was hiding out in this house along LESCOT Lane. For how long, that's unknown. What shocks Grant the most is that his grandmother lives just down the street.
To me, it's unbelievable, just seeing just how close he actually was to all of us. And like, it's just unbelievable he's right here. It doesn't make me angry that he was this close, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm just relieved. I'm happy.
News of the arrest is a relief for Grant and his family, but he says it's a loss that is going to take time. As for any words for Loyd, Grant says he doesn't have any, but he does have an idea of how his aunt would react right now.
I'm sure she'll be happy. She'll be happy that a guy like that is no longer on the streets.
Now, while that story was just airing, 2 police officers' vehicles just came out from beside the house, and the caution tape is coming down. It looks like they may be done with Loyd's house or this house that Loyd did come out of earlier this evening for the time being. Now, we also had a chance to talk with a neighbor in this area. She said that she wasn't home at the time, but she, like a lot of people in this area, are happy to hear that Loyd has been captured, that he has been arrested. She said since this manhunt has been ongoing, she has gotten a license to conceal. She's also gotten security cameras. And what I thought was interesting, she said that her dogs that she has, they usually don't bark, but she said for the past couple of days that they have been going crazy. And what really scares her, she tells me, is that she had kids who were playing in this street earlier today, all the while, presumably, Loyd was inside of this house. So as you can imagine, not only her, but neighbors in this area are very happy to hear that he is in police custody tonight.